Hi, everybody. It's Marcy. I want to talk to you about using Hyperdocs. So, I use Hyperdocs in my D2L classes and when I'm teaching online, but it is fabulous. They are fabulous for using them face to face as well. But I wanted to go over just looking at them and exactly what they are and how I use them. So, a Hyperdoc is just it's just a Google Doc, but it has a format to it. And I will have a link to all the templates that you could use, but this is a template for sure that I'll send out that people can use. Well, I found whenever I'm going to launch an assignment or a project that if I use it in this chunking method, that my students tend to grasp the concept of what they're supposed to do a lot easier. So that's what the Hyperdoc does for me. And so this is a Hyperdoc that I use for school and society. They have to make a public service announcement. And so I go in and I always put in like the purpose of the assignment. I put in the cool thing about Hyperdocs is that you can go in and I give them examples of what a PSA is because they may never heard of a public service announcement. And so the cool thing is that you can go in here and put resources and just link them right in here. So your students don't have to go to any outside source to be able to find the resources and see what they need. Then I'm able to put in the assignment, the key elements that they're going to need during this assignment and what's expected of them. You can also put a rubric in here. So you could put your rubric and do it just like this. You could link it so that they have it. Then I help them like choose topics or put in whatever you need. And then project choices. I give them choices, but the cool thing about this is like they can make a Flipgrid, they can make an Adobe, they could create an Adobe video. All of these things are linked to these different items that they could go into. So now we have a variety of sharing different interactive platforms that your students can use, and they have a voice and choice on what they get to show you. And then I go in and I want them to respond to a peer because that's super important. So I go in and I put, I want you to do this protocol after you've done this. And then I say, how are you going to turn this assignment in? And I usually link like the topic card because they do their Flipgrids they do their public service announcements. They make them however they want, but they have to link them in Flipgrid so everyone can respond to them. And so that is how I use Hyperdocs. And I know that other teachers, like this is Dr. Reeves, and she used this and she used the same kind of Hyperdoc that I did, but she was able to go in for human diversity and she's showing them how to use peer review and sharing and responding to each other. So there's just tons of ways that you can go in and line out, and our students seem to respond a lot better. Something else that I do, like in my technology class, I have them do a PSA as well, just to be able to use different platforms and products. But then by the end of it, I allow them to get this badge. So they earn like a Video Pro badge and they can put it wherever they want. So there's just a lot of unique ways that you can use a Hyperdoc, and it is just like a Google Doc. These are editable, so it is right here, and you could change the color, you can change the fonts, you can go through and change images if you would like. I will set this up to where you don't have to go file and make a copy to edit it. I'll just make it to where you'll click it and it will open up for you. But this is how you would do that if you needed to edit, if you got a view version of the Hyperdocs that we're going to put out. But there are tons and tons of templates that Google has put out that you're able to use. Then once I have my Hyperdoc built, I go into D2L and I go into their content. So this is week 3 that I have this in there. And then I just put this inside for them to look at. So when I'm looking in week 3 and I'm coming down and I look at this, my students are able to know that this is their Hyperdoc help guide to be able to complete this assignment. And when they go through here, they're able to link it. It's already linked. They can get to these different resources. But I feel like the chunking aspect of taking your assignment and breaking it down in a Hyperdoc really, really helps your students be able to focus. So I hope that this helps, and I hope that you get to use the Hyperdocs and see how your students respond to it.